Blades gave U2 the push they needed. In the meantime, their Cedarwood Road neighbours were creating waves with shock tactics, performance art, cling film and women's clothes. The Virgin Prunes.
The Prunes arrived in they did 2 sessions with us around that time, and they would have arrived in sort of lace-up Doc Martens up to their knees and sort of floppy dress on and some completely like cross between Ziggy Stardust and a bunch of vagrants, you know.
Gavin Friday of the Virgin Prunes remembers.
I think we did about 2 or 3 sessions. I think we were frequent visitors, actually. I think anytime we were playing a gig, we were invited in.
They performed a song called JR, which was absolutely out there, using David. This is David Bossaris, bottle of milk, whatever his name, Scott, the sound engineer. He had the spectacle of these people hanging around him, which he was completely alien to him. I mean, they're quite polite, but they were utterly out there. They brought in a wind-up toy ambulance and they put it on the floor of this very expensive recording studio, and it had a little Nino siren. So we put 2 microphones. So I asked the sound engineer to put 2 microphones on the floor, and the ambulance went backwards and forwards. They wound it up that we could get the ambulance sound going from one side to the other.
The RTE, the engineers trying to get their head around miking up an ambulance going around the room.
Okay, we'll give it a blast, look.
Don't go to up if we don't have to. So Ellen lies around the place all day doing nothing. Helen goes to work and has fun. Bobby is a businessman who doesn't know how to smile. Runs people out of the tower. J.O. eats another lunch.
This is about it, like a fan of Dallas, so riff on the whole idea of Dallas, yeah.
Well, David was the fan of Dallas. I mean,
Yeah,
we weren't that
that's what I mean.
interested, but yeah. But I just loved it. I love the fact that a lot of people said we were so pole-faced and up our ass and it's all performance art and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then we just, is it? So we'd love throwing this right in everyone's face just to contradict everything. The extraordinary thing is we wrote these, I think, a day or so before. I mean, most of them are improvisations. And we never played them ever again. And I've not heard them in 36 years.
Take a little blast of this one here, right? Let's give it a shot. This is Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember? That was, you don't.
It's very quiet for us, isn't it?
See, one of the things about the session would be the fact that, as you say, like everything was a one-off. You just did the songs from the day before, etc. But this was kind of uncompromising sound in many ways from an Irish band. We'd never come across this necessarily before. And the fact that Ian Wilson was such a fan, he loved the Prunes. I mean, I did too. It was great fun. Yeah. But it didn't shock people, but it woke people up a little bit going, how is it that crowd who can't play their instruments can get a session and we can't?
Correct. And I've heard that for the last 36 years. You never really could play, which isn't true, actually. Dick, who's the lead guitarist there, is quite a confident player. And that isn't Mary or the drummer. That's Halaka Binti, yeah. And he's quite a musician, quite a sort of jazz background, so it isn't true. We could play.
Do you want to tell me about the pop song, or do you remember that?
I do. That is
in the background here.
It's a long piece.
Yeah.
I think. Wow, drumming's really good. You see?
Yeah, Binti.
Yeah. as strong as bass. This is a total improvisation. We had a bass line, and we actually made the lyrics up live in the studio, so we hadn't a clue what we were doing. Hence, I think it's nearly 7 minutes long. But yeah, we weren't on drugs or anything, but we're pretty off our heads. Sounds like a synthesizer too, doesn't it? Sounds so innocent and so polite. I mean, I think we got a lot nastier as we got older musically, but it's just great. It just sounds so endearing. And who had the balls to do something for, what's the pop song? 6 minutes 50 of just total, what are they at?
But I mean, like, the whole idea of what the Prunes were, you weren't the normal run-of-the-mill, be it punk, post-punk, new wave, whatever it was, it happened to be at the time, in the alternative scene of the NME, whatever. You were out there. Everything was a performance. Walking down the street was a performance.
Yes.
Yeah, because I do remember one of the first times I would have come across you, probably, I was doing Big D radio, and like I was going to interview you one Wednesday night or something, and there was a knock on the door. You have to go down about 4 flights to this. But anyway, I'll tell you.
A vision of you coming down the stairs.
Yeah, coming downstairs. I opened the door, and it was Bono and Age and those. And I said, listen, feck off, you were here last week. You know, I said, oh, no, the guys upstairs, they're friends of ours. You know, okay, come on. So I'm just trying to think. I was DJing at the time, late nights, what do you call it, in McGonagall's, in the centre of town. Were you banned from McGonagall's?
We were banned from Britain.
I'm sorry about that.
No, we actually, Mary Whitehouse, I think it was 1982, we did a programme, Channel 4 had just begun. We simulated oral sex, but at the gig was one of Mary Whitehouse's inspectors and whatever she sent to gigs. We were banned from playing any gigs in the United Kingdom for 12 months, and the next time we had to play London, we had to submit all the music in advance and lyric and to sign that we wouldn't simulate oral sex. Not that we did. Yeah, let's say they were quite strange days.
But you do have good memories, do you?
Very, very good memories.
At this time in the early 80s, north of the border,